This is this between us.
The number one podcast in the world.
This is
the JBU.Show featuring Austin
from the Miller Talk Podcast.
Allen,
The American Sincerest.
and now your host,
Cam Allen.
All right, how's it going, everybody? My name is Chris, and this is the JBU Show. Joining me tonight is my co-host from the Miller Talk Podcast, Austin. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. You know, it's Saturday night.
You love how I
Getting
always
going.
always push that right up to the last second there.
Mm-hmm. And
I sure
everyone,
do.
welcome to the Miller Talk Podcast live show.
Let me
As we
get
get
my
started tonight.
Yep, welcome to it. Let me get the logo out of your face. There we go. Got some breaking news, and it seems that we might be the first, at least on X Live, to announce this. What you wanna tell us what it is?
So apparently earlier today, I don't know if you guys heard about it. I'm just now hearing about it. F-15 went down, I guess, in Iran, somewhere over there. So
Yeah, so that happened last night, or yesterday. The F-15 went down, and two pilots, both pilots, ejected. One was recovered nearly immediately. The other has been missing for the last 24 hours, almost, roughly.
but they found him.
There you go. Yeah, and we're going to bring you the details here as they come in, but the details that we have currently is that the weapons systems officer, so that is not the pilot, but the guy behind the pilot, was recovered. There was a massive firefight at the recovery site, according to this post, and to Grok, and American special operators fought their way into Iran, found the pilot, and pulled him out alive. And you actually have found some video, correct?
Yes, I have.
So we can't confirm this video, obviously. This is very new information. The best we have at the moment, per journalist Jack Murphy, before you hit play, let me say this. Per journalist Jack Murphy, ex-Green Beret with strong NatSec sources, said that we recovered this man. We'll get into those details, some more details here in a second. This video is supposedly from somebody in Iran. It is graphic. There are dead bodies that are shown in the video. Austin said it's not like extremely grotesque or anything, but there are dead bodies that you can see. So viewer discretion and all that good stuff. But let's go ahead and
This
see.
is breaking news, so we didn't have much time to prepare for this. I'm going with a different video to open up, but
Oh, okay.
this is supposedly from the firefight that I found.
Oh, right on.
I found quite a few videos, or a few. So this is from the firefight, supposedly. We can't confirm these, but
It's definitely a video I haven't seen yet. Ooh. That's coming from RT.
that's a video I found from the firefight. This is video, I guess, of the citizens blocking the IRGC from being able to send reinforcements.
I was curious because they put out a $60,000 bounty on this pilot, the IRGC did, and I was curious whether or not Iranians would actually go for it given how much they don't like the IRGC. BBC now reporting U.S. pilot rescued after fighter jet downed over Iran. They might even have a video here.
This is video.
What What do you?
So this is the Iran security forces heading out to where he was down.
You want to start that over because I can't really see it on this side. Yeah. Thank you. So that's the IRGC forces headed to where he was downed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this would have been last night.
That's what this claims.
Most likely.
I believe it's the same video from earlier. This was a video of some of the jets heading out. I think that, you know, obviously our jets.
Oh yeah, this is the one BBC. I was just looking at this from BBC. This is them looking for him, I believe, earlier today.
Yeah, this was posted April 3rd, so that was yesterday-ish. This is the video Chris was originally talking about. It's a little long. This is supposedly after the firefight.
9 people have died, it said. Oh yeah, it is pretty blurry.
Yeah. There's 2 people on the screen though. On the top and bottom. It's really hard to tell, but now that I've watched it before.
Guys, please like and share this stream. And follow if you want to be notified when we go live. JBU_show on X and MillerTalk_pod.
That's the spot.
Likewise.
Yeah, this isn't even trending on X right now. You think this would be huge news?
I think it will be here very soon.
Like 2 or 3 hours ago.
I think it will be very soon. Yeah, but that reporting came from an insider that broke that, so I think it just hasn't hit.
Yeah, if Trump makes a
mainstream.
statement or something.
Well, BBC, let me see. BBC reported this. It says 1 day ago, so most likely that was 10 minutes ago because it's midnight on the East Coast, right?
No, not quite.
Well, then I haven't seen anything that... And this must be an updated then. This must be a updated post of the jet downed, because I definitely have not seen anything about him being rescued. U.S. pilot reportedly been rescued after the F-15 fighter jet was shot down over western Iran. BBC's U.S. partners, CBS News reports, citing unnamed U.S. officials. Oh, no. This is talking... That's why. That one's just talking about the first one. Here we go. Yeah, so I still have yet to see. Iran war, race to find missing airmen, Tehran offers reward.
Iran has shot down a U.S. fighter jet during the ongoing conflict between the two countries, marking the first confirmed time an American fighter aircraft has been downed by the enemy fire in this war. According to U.S. officials, the jet went down over Iran, and a search and rescue mission is now underway to locate the crew members who are on board. Iranian state media released images that they say showed wreckage from the aircraft, including what appears to be an ejection seat, suggesting the pilots may have survived the initial incident. CNN has reported, citing sources, that at least one pilot has been rescued. Early reports from Iran claimed the aircraft was an advanced F-35 stealth fighter. However, defense analysts reviewing the debris say it more closely matches an F-15E Strike Eagle, a different type of U.S. Air Force fighter jet. Iranian media has also urged civilians to help locate the pilots, with some reports saying rewards could be offered for information about their whereabouts.
60,000 is what I heard. If you capture enemy pilot or pilots, dear honorable people, alive and hand them over to police, you will receive a precious prize. That's a lot of words.
The Pentagon has not yet publicly confirmed full details about the aircraft or the fate of the crew, and the situation is still developing. This incident represents significant escalation in the war, which...
Okay, So before we get into more details on what we have found about the second pilot being found, let me explain a couple things. So one of the things that I saw a lot today on X was people wondering, you know, why does he not have some sort of like emergency beacon or something along those lines? But there's actually really simple explanations for these things. Any signal that you put out, yes, can be tracked by your guys, but they can be tracked by the enemy too. And even though we can encrypt signals and things like that, you either need to spend an exorbitant cost that is far too high for a piece of, you know, emergency equipment that's only meant to be used in an absolute disaster, or, you know, it can be encrypted in where they can't tell what the signal is, but they can still track the signal. And if there's a person at the end of that signal, then obviously that's a problem. Ejected pilots who are forced to eject behind enemy lines are heavily trained in survival and evading. Their job is to hide. So basically, our military has to go and find somebody who's now tasked with hiding from everybody. Because, obviously, like we just saw, the enemy's gonna, you know, they're not gonna pull any punches trying to find him. So he has to hide from everybody. He can't just come out in the open and shoot a flare in the air. Most likely what he would try to do is either get to some sort of friendly territory and then call out, ideally across a border. I don't know exactly where he went down as far as how close he was to any borders or anything. Or perhaps find some friendly forces inside of Iran. There are lots of militia groups and things that are more friendly to the American cause that might take him in and help him get a signal back to tell the U.S. military where they can meet him. Supposedly that's what's happened, and he has now been rescued at this point. But we're still trying to get some sort of official confirmation on this. And still, I'm not seeing it. I see a lot of search for American pilot continues. Let me see what else we have here. So, per journalist Jack Murphy, who is an ex-Green Beret with strong NatSec sources, and consistent with OSINT, the F-15E WSO was recovered alive after 36 hours evading capture in southwest Iran. Massive firefight at the extraction site with IRGC forces. The pilot was rescued earlier. No Pentagon confirmation yet. Story still fluid as of now. As of right now, journalist Jack Murphy is the only source. As of an hour ago, anyway, Jack Murphy is the only source. Let me ask Rock myself here. Oh, what? Whoops. Pilot was rescued shortly after. Second crew member in the backseat remained missing for about a day plus. He reportedly ejected, made contact via encrypted radio while evading Iranian forces, and was actively being hunted, with Iran offering a bounty. Breaking development right now. Yeah, it says April 5th. Multiple reports now indicate the WSO has also been recovered alive by U.S. Special Forces, Air Force Special Warfare's team. He was evading capture, and the rescue involved a firefight with Iranian pursuers in a contested area. Sources mentioning this include independent journalist Jack Murphy, Air Force Special Warfare-related accounts, Instagram posts cited in reports. Representative Elise Stefanik publicly commented on the safe rescue of the WSO. Look up Elise Stefanik real quick. Other military affiliated
Who?
in Israeli sources. Elise Stefanik. E-L-I-S-E. Stefanik. S-T-E-F-A-N-I-K. Both,
Stefanik.
yeah. Both crew members are now said to be safe and back in U.S. hands. However, as of the most recent mainstream updates, official DoD CENTCOM confirmation is still pending or not fully detailed yet. Moving fast and as described, breaking, developing. Some earlier skepticism on verified social posts has shifted with today's reports. There's also a separate A-10 Warthog incident. We talked about that. We'll talk about it again. This ties directly to the U.S. pilot. Oh, it's tying it into our episode. Thanks, Croc. I appreciate that.
Thanks.
He's like, this this ties directly into your U.S. pilot PUNKS whole nation angle. So, shout out to the Special Forces and our soldiers that are fighting in Iran right now, regardless of how you feel about this particular situation. You know, it's always good to know that we got a lost American back home. Military.com reporting, let's see, no, still nothing. All right. It's odd to me that so many are so slow to this, but this isn't the first time I've seen that happen. There's been several big stories I've seen where it's like you get a report from somewhere, and then for whatever reason, everybody just takes a long-ass time getting on it. And then finally it'll all break free, but I don't know what causes it. So again, if you're just tuning in, the F-15 WSO and pilot. So the pilot was recovered yesterday. The WSO, though, the weapons service officer, was recovered allegedly. We have confirmation from a couple sources, but we're trying to find any others that we can as we go here. After a large firefight in Iran, we'll play some of those videos that we found again here too in just a second. This literally, like, right before we went on the air, broke, so we're trying to catch up with it with you right now. You find anything from Elise Stefanik there?
What were you wanting? She's a Republican U.S. representative serving since January 2015.
Can you find her X
When
page?
she was elected, she was the youngest woman to ever be elected to Congress.
Yeah, I don't care about her. Supposedly, she said something on this.
Well, you just said look up Elise Stefanik,
Find her X
and
page.
I did that.
You did do that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
See, how am I supposed to follow orders if I don't know?
You're supposed to
the right
know what
order?
I'm thinking regardless of what I say. That's how this works. Isn't that right, Tim? Assuming you're
The
listening.
breaking
You know what I'm talking
reports
about.
of safe rescue of the F-15 WSO are a profound relief to every American. God bless this brave service member who evaded capture in the most challenging circumstances, and God bless the Special Operations Forces who put their lives on the line for this dangerous rescue mission. It is a deeply ingrained patriotic value that Americans will go to the ends of the earth and beyond and do whatever it takes, including risking it all, to bring their fellow Americans home. That's their most latest post.
Nice. Al Jazeera just reported that he has been found. Second crew member from jet recovered. Breaking, U.S. government official has told Al Jazeera that the second crew member from the down jet has been recovered after a, quote, heavy firefight. That's all that they have said so far. That was 12 minutes ago. So it looks like confirmation is finally coming in. You want to play some of those videos again?
Sure, I'm not trying to find any other. So here's
Well, you didn't send them to me, so I can't play them.
So here's supposedly during the firefight. That's what it said.
یا خدا یا خدا
Ya hola.
Here's a video of the civilians blocking the IRGC from moving forces towards the pilot. Supposedly.
If that's
Allegedly.
if that's the case, shout out to the Iranian people.
Mm-hmm.
If that is what that is.
Here was the IRGC moving for, or I don't know if it's our IRGC, but some sort of security forces moving towards where the pilot went down. That was the firefight. Here was some footage from yesterday of some of our jets heading in helicopters. Oh, they're refueling that plane. That's what they're doing. Okay.
Yeah, they're refueling the helicopters that were looking for him. And so yesterday, right after the pilots went down and it was confirmed that they had ejected, 2 U.S. Blackhawks and 1 A-10 Warthog immediately went to the area. And I was mentioning earlier today, the brass balls on those guys to go, because you got to understand that military helicopters and A-10 Warthogs specifically, these are not air combat aircraft. These are aircraft that you bring in once you have total air dominance. You have no more, there's no more ground based radar missile launchers. There's no more man pads suspected. You obviously can never guarantee there's no man pads, which is probably how the F-15 went down. But you're not suspecting any. You think it's very unlikely that it's going to happen because they're easy targets for these things. They're too slow. They're too fat. They don't have great jamming equipment. There is jamming equipment, but obviously that's not the main. That's not their main purpose. Their main purpose is moving troops, and for the A-10 specifically, it's for defending troops on the ground. It's not meant for air-to-air combat. And it's not meant for, it has no defenses. It's not a jet. And it's slow as shit compared to a jet. And so for them to fly into an area that they know an F-15 was just shot down is a seriously ballsy move. But Americans don't leave Americans behind, so it's frankly no surprise that it happened. So yeah, they were probably flying around looking.
That's what they do.
Sure.
And then we have this video. Viewer discretion, there's going to be 2 dead bodies here in a second, but it is pretty blurry. It's not super grotesque. We don't know exactly what is going on here, but this is allegedly related somehow. Maybe where the firefight took place to recover the WSL.
ستابونشو بالا که بیت دومه باید قرام استف تابونشو بالا شاید تابونشو بالا نه این سرباز هم سنه
So, unrelated real quick, while we're watching these videos in the background, did you hear that Alex Jones called for Elon Musk to be appointed Attorney General?
بگو شهید آبه. رضا ویتا بیا. خداحافظ خداحافظ.
Yeah, so we're unsure if this video is
for
related in
sure,
any way,
yeah.
but it could possibly have been a clash with the special forces, or maybe it was the guy all on his own. Maybe he did it himself. We don't know, but
And maybe that's his video. No, if it was his video, it would have been from an iPhone.
But I was just saying, obviously it's some Iranian guy filming, but either all those people are dead because they clashed with our special forces that were trying to retrieve the guy, or they found the guy and the guy did that. I don't know. But was it 1 on 12 or was it a whole 4? I don't know. But
I don't know. Hopefully we get some footage from it, though. That would be great. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has stated that President Trump has been briefed and that he has been recovered. Military Times, NBC News, citing U.S. officials involved in the operation. Israel's N12 News, which was among first to report the rescue. Of course, the Jews were behind it.
Well, there
I
it is,
knew
guys. We can't go one stream without pointing out how these guys control everything. They knew. I bet they reported it before. That's how.
Well, they were obviously tracking his location. They probably shot him down. They probably shot him down. Anyway, before we get taken off the air, recovery F-15 WSO has been confirmed by multiple sources at this point, while Pentagon and U.S. Central Command still have not issued official statements. All right, I'm still trying to find what's weird is usually there'd be videos pouring in on X right now, and there still isn't. In fact, it's still not even trending. Despite how hard we're trying, share this, like this, guys, please. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Share any videos you found at just tag Miller Talk _pod, or you can do JBU.Show, something, but
JBU_Show. I said yours correctly.
And making up for all the times in the early days when you could never remember.
Let's see. She hasn't posted anything on her X page yet. Oh, recovered is trending now. There we go.
Page or Pete Hegseth's page.
Recovered is trending now. What is that? Unconfirmed U.S. helicopter searching for missing F-15 weapons officer, allegedly taking down a fireball caught on camera. Well, yeah, that's not real.
This says 2 U.S. helicopters were hit by Iranian fire during the F-15 rescue.
Yeah, so that was...
A Black Hawk and a second aircraft were both hit.
So that was yesterday, and they were both shot. They never specified what weapons by, but they were not shot down. They said that all crews were safe. So they were shot at, and they were hit, but they weren't actually taken down. But that's, again, kind of expected with them flying into a war zone that they knew was where they knew F-15 had just been taken down. Hence my comment that they have balls of steel.
Rapid report.
There we go. Now we're getting
reporting
somewhere.
That the rescue team is still inside Iran.
Oh, they're still working their way out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, in that case,
ongoing.
Say a prayer for our special forces that are allegedly in Iran still, fighting their way out. Wow, that's crazy. Can you? Well, I'll look. Hang on. I'm gonna see if I can get a pinpoint on the location, so I can pull it up on the map here for us. At least
People are saying this is boots on the ground, and Trump promised there'd be no boots on the ground.
This isn't boots on the ground, guys. This is a recovery, and we have no choice. So just shut the fuck up for once.
Look at this awesome artwork of the recovery.
Hold on one sec. There you go. Nice. All right, let me see if I can find this location here.
People are saying there was heavy IRGC casualties.
Of course there is. Hopefully a few extra too, just for fucking with one of our planes.
Mm-hmm. Some people are saying there's still the other pilot hasn't been found. This is only, some people were saying that's both. Some are saying
I think the people
it's only the WSO.
I think there are people that are saying the other pilot. So the WSO is the other pilot. The pilot was found.
Yeah, what they mean by the second pilot is he's not the main pilot, basically. Easiest way to put it. You have the first pilot, the guy that was actually flying. Second pilot is the other guy, but they don't mean the second found. We found one guy.
So far, I'm finding everything I'm seeing seems to confirm that they found. I mean, they're specifying the WSO. The WSO is who was missing. The pilot was found the first day, right away, thanks to the A-10 and the two Blackhawks that took fire going in to rescue him. The WSO is who's missing. What I saw specifically said the WSO was rescued, not the second pilot or whatever. So I think they're probably confused, but I don't know. We're staying on this, so we'll find out. Because we're here for you. All right? Don't forget to like and share.
Yep.
Jack Murphy reports that the missing F-15 weapons officer recovered. Let's see what this guy has to say. He looks old and experienced.
I'm just going to say what everybody else is thinking.
All
if
right.
they don't find the second pilot of that F-15 Eagle that Iran shot down with their air defense systems that Trump said they didn't have.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Trump said
it's a TDS video. I got caught.
Those ones. If
Way
we
to
don't
go.
find that pilot first, and the IRGC does, they will use him as a pawn.
No shit.
To force Donald Trump's hand into
Trust me,
surrendering.
they're not going to be able to do that. Like, they're fucking idiots if they think they're going to force Trump's hand. When he says, by the way, so there's 2 days left, 48 hours left until Trump's "we're not bombing civilian infrastructure" timeline is gone. That's why he said, he tweeted out today, Iran, you have 2 days left to come to the table and finish this deal, or I'm taking the brakes off. He's not fucking kidding. Like, Donald Trump has proven at this point, regardless of how you feel about him, Donald Trump has proven at this point that he doesn't back down from threats like this. If he said he's going to take the brakes off in 2 days, you better fucking believe it. And it doesn't matter if they recover one of our pilots, he's still gonna fucking do it. It would be awful fucking ignorant to make that gamble. Representative Don
Sortor is saying that the Air Force just came out and discredited the post that said the officer was rescued.
Really? Conflicting reports. Representative Don Bacon, retired brigadier general, has said he's been recovered. Journalist Nick Sortor, as you just pointed out, cites government sources claiming he has not been recovered. Jack Murphy has initially reported he's recovered. fuck, man? This is getting crazy.
This is how it always happens when we cover breaking news.
Yeah, I know.
Haven't seen anything from the White House or Pete
Grab your
Hegseth
popcorn,
himself.
folks. No, but I have been told now that Caroline Leavitt confirmed it, and that 2 different House members have confirmed it, or 2 different Congress members. And like I said, it is trending now, not that that's confirmation of anything. Breaking credible reports that missing F-15 weapons systems officer has been recovered alive. Former Green Beret, National Security, so it's pointing to the same person. Traffic jams forming in southwestern Iran as civilians reportedly rushed to help security forces capture the downed American pilot. So this is funny. This is the same video that we played. It reportedly showed them blocking IRGC. This one says that it's them helping IRGC. This one says, this community note, though, says that it's actually just civilians fleeing coalition strikes. Civil defense announced that more than 90 Palestinian Shubar family were recovered. Weapon system officer is recovered. All right, guys, we need somebody official to report on this for us here.
Yeah, confirm something. Just do it. Anyone got, Trump on the phone?
Yeah, if anybody has information on this that you can lean on, you can either throw in the comments, we'll see it. You can send me an email directly, jbu@usa.com, or you can actually join the Discord right now. You can join us live by going to the Rumble video, and there is a link in the description to join the Discord channel right here. We are on the public JBU Discord channel, so anybody can join in live with the conversation. Keep in mind, we reserve the right to kick your ass if you're stupid.
Yes.
Or if you do something stupid, rather. Last few minutes, breaking. I'm getting a lot of breaking news, but they all seem to trace back to the same places, so still waiting on. Again, Al Jazeera has in fact reported that he has been recovered. U.S. has recovered second crew member from downed F-15E following heavy firefight. President Trump warns all hell will rain down on Iran if it does not reach peace deal within 48 hours.
Marina Miron is a researcher at the Defence Studies Department of King's College London. She joins us from Munich. Good to have you, Marina. So firstly, we know, of course, the clock is ticking, isn't it, on locating this missing pilot of this downed F-15E aircraft. From what you understand strategically, what protocols will the pilot on the ground and the teams involved in the search be following right now?
Hello. Thank you for having me. Well, first of all aircrew members are trained to survive and evade and then resist and escape. So this SERE school and also Special Operation Forces in the United States. So most likely, depending on the state of the pilot, he will be trying to blend with the terrain and survive until he is found by the rescue mission. The problem here is,
sounded like she was saying until he was found by the Ruskies.
The more difficult it will be to locate him for those conducting the rescue mission. And we know that Iran has announced a reward to civilians who find the pilot. So there are two teams looking for the pilot, one from the air which is the US side, and the other one on the ground. And depending, of course, on the supplies that the pilot has, on his injuries, of course, we don't know if he's injured, if he can walk, if he has enough food, if he can somehow survive in the difficult terrain, because we don't know where he
unless
is.
something happened.
And so those are all factors that contribute to the difficulty.
Right.
And it would be a political nightmare for the United States, not just militarily, if the Iranian side captures him.
From a strategic standpoint, Marina, at what point does that search and rescue mission transform a rescue effort into something that is potentially unacceptably risky or could even further escalate the situation?
That's what other countries do not understand about the United States. It does not matter the level of risk. We will recover our man, period. There is no level of risk that is too high for us to put assets in the area to recover our man. That is something that we pride ourselves on. It is something we have always done, and it is definitely something that we do under this president.
Well, one could assume, given the fact that the Iranian side managed to shoot down the jet, that the Iranian air defenses are not all destroyed. And most likely, there is a high risk for low-flying U.S. aircraft, making the mission risky. And so there has to be some sort of a calculus. What if another aircraft gets shot down while the rescue mission is ongoing? And that could be one of the points where this quickly escalates, because the US doesn't have any ground troops in Iran present, and that could trigger some sort of a horizontal...
Here's why I'll let this continue a little bit more here, just while we continue to look for more and new information. But here's why that's not as big a deal or as big a concern as you might think. Because you might think, well, okay, so why would we fly anything except stealth aircraft, in that area right now when we've already had one F-15 shot down? Well, here's why. Two reasons. One, we don't have to fly anything necessarily. We have, I guarantee, every satellite available over Iran right now. Two, every time they fire, even if it's a man pad, that person dies. So you have to have somebody that's willing to die for every aircraft shot down. Now, there are some situations, there might be like that one loitering munition that allegedly hit the F-35. It didn't down the F-35, but it did hit it. You might have some of those set up, maybe, although if they were, they probably would have already hit some of the other aircraft by now. Anybody that's firing something big enough to take out an aircraft, short of small arms fire, is probably going to die, because we will put a missile on top of their head within 5 minutes, tops. You can only run so far within 5 minutes. This idea that they're popping out of holes, shooting our planes down, and then scurrying back under the dirt, that's not a real thing. Yes, they hide the missiles and stuff in the mountains, but these things take minutes to set up. And we can have bombs on top of their head before they have time to break it down. So, again, you have to have somebody that's willing to commit suicide, essentially, to take down an aircraft. And then even in that case, whether they succeed or don't succeed, they've now lost more equipment and more men.
And vertical escalation.
Let me know if you find
expanding
anything
the
new,
mission,
and I'll
but
shut this off.
Also a possibility of sending in ground troops.
You've already
Ground
mentioned
troops.
that Iran is offering essentially a bounty for capturing this particular pilot. Let's talk hypothetically here, because if that missing pilot is indeed captured, they immediately become a very powerful diplomatic lever for Iran. What happens then?
You're correct. First of all, if that pilot is captured, according to the international law, he should be treated as a prisoner of war and exchanged when the war is over and receive medical assistance and so on. How this will look in reality is might be different. So he might be used to extract intelligence about the U.S. mission in the Middle East. But most notably, he will be used for informational and informational psychological purposes. And this is a politically important asset for the Iranian side. So essentially, he might be used as a bargaining chip. And that is a serious matter if we look at the likes of the hostage crisis in the 80s, again involving Iran, and how the mission unfolded. Therefore, it would be detrimental for the United States in political terms if the pilot got captured, and he would, of course, be shown on TV, most likely interviewed. It would send a message also to Iranian allies.
Marina,
so that would be a catastrophic thing.
Isn't that against the Geneva Convention to potentially parade those captured in war, prisoners of war, on television, is it?
Well, it depends on in what way, because it doesn't mean that he will be paraded. It could be that he might be interviewed, or it could be that he might want to send a message to the U.S. leadership. So it depends on the condition. I'm not an expert on Geneva Conventions, but as with any law, you have different interpretations, and it all depends on the specific case. And we don't know what a hypothetical case of Iran showing the prisoner of war on TV will be.
It sounds like an extremely high-stakes situation for both the U.S. and Iran to be in.
1 hour ago, The Aviationist, which is a military insider website. Oops. Sorry, guys. Wrong feed. There we go. About 1 hour ago, The Aviationist reported that the WSO had checked in via encrypted radio. Hang on, let me get back to it here. WSO made initial contact with U.S. forces via encrypted radio and was evading capture while on the ground. U.S. assets, including HH-60 Pave Hawk helicopters, HC-130J tankers, and RQ-9 drones and other support have been sent to the area. Again, that was about an hour ago from The Aviationist, which is a military insider website. We still have gotten no confirmation either way from an official source that he has been found or he hasn't been found. Like I said, I have reports that Caroline Leavitt confirmed it and made sure the president was briefed, or confirmed that the president had been briefed. But I don't have a video of her saying that either. So, and I don't have an official source reporting it. Let's see. There was some video too yesterday as they were flying over looking for him of Iranian police taking pot shots at the helicopters.
This is supposedly a picture from the extraction.
From the extraction itself?
Yeah.
Why is it not loading? There we go. Okay. That does look new.
I don't know if it's real, but
I don't know. Do you see anything that looks obviously AI generated? Shadows. Shadows look legit. Who would be taking the photo, though?
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm thinking.
Unless it's a support crew, I guess. And what's the fire in the sky?
Those look like missiles.
Maybe. It looks more like debris. I don't know. Hard to say. Especially because I can't look at it. And, I can't zoom in on it.
world may never know.
The world may never know. Well, guys, let me check, make sure nobody is sent me any inside information here real fast, and then we can either move on for a little bit and come back to this, or we can stay with it here. Please like and share, and we will stay on top of it, but we can move on to another topic for a little bit, because we're kind of at a standstill at the moment, waiting for further confirmation here, but...
Yeah, I'll check all the official pages again.
I did get an email in, but I can tell based on it's the same information. So I appreciate the email, guys, but you got to have new information for me.
Nope, no one on the official pages.
Let me check the latest here. What do you think about, we can discuss this here while we're looking. What do you think about Trump's 48-hour ultimatum?
I think it's good enough.
There's a trending story right now that a recent U.S. airstrike kills 50 senior Iranian military leaders. Okay, so Toronto Post, I don't know if that's legit or not, has just reported that a Pentagon official has confirmed that a second crew member from the downed F-15 has been recovered. Take that for what it's worth. Toronto Post sounds like it could be a nonsense thing. It has been confirmed now. Seconds recovered. News 18. U.S. government officials cite second crew member
from the downed F-15E has been recovered after a heavy
See, this
firefight.
is what I'm finding, though, and like this
now,
is not legit shit.
We're just getting this breaking news where this is coming from a government source, and a U.S. government official has
Alan, if you're watching, I'm not getting this from India today.
F-15E
Sounds
has
like
been
it,
recovered,
but it's not.
and this has been done after an effort of the U.S. Army engaging with Iran. We are getting reports suggesting intense
Good
clashes
Lord.
during the
This
rescue
is really,
operation,
like...
but there is no confirmation of ground fighting yet. Joining us now is CNN News 18's Akash Sharma. Akash, very good morning to you, and thank you for joining us. Now, what is the latest confirmed status of the missing crew member? And now we are getting that he has been recovered. But we also had reports that there are other jets that have been compromised.
Say what now?
Hope the White House goes live soon.
So what is the latest status quo that you are getting?
Trump will want to get on top of it if it is true.
Right. So the information
not till he's safely out of the country, though.
About the missing.
What I'm wondering is if they have recovered him,
pilot,
but the firefight is still going on and they're not safely out of the country, and that's why no one wants to confirm yet. So nobody's denied it, but they don't want to confirm yet because we're not out of the country yet. We don't know what the final tally is here.
Was in fact there were claims that is in custody of Iran, but now we are learning. In fact, Al Jazeera is reporting that how the U.S. government sources are telling them that how this pilot has been rescued, and this was after a lot of heavy firefighting that happened on ground. In fact, there are unconfirmed reports that are somewhere suggesting about this firefighting that happened in South Iran. Where this pilot was in fact taken into custody. Now if it has happened, it's a big in fact a leap as far as U.S. forces and their efforts are concerned, given the fact that it was a big setback when U.S. F-15 was taken down, and confirmation came after hours of queries and in fact the questions that people wanted to ask or the press individuals wanted to ask, but then confirmation came. We got a confirmation about A-10 as well, that how it was shot down, and somewhere U.S. was on back foot, given the fact that all their fighters, all their advanced fighters were somewhere were being taken down by the Iranian forces. But now we are learning about this ground operation, and in fact Al Jazeera is reporting that how after a heavy firefighting in itself is a big claim. We will of course be waiting for some sort of confirmation on it, but yes, if it has happened, it's a big win for US, given that they have somewhere rescued the pilot.
Right. Now, Akash, this fight does mention a heavy firefight, and also that this has been, like, the Al Jazeera reports that a US government source has been informing them. But so far, we have not received any such confirmation from the White House, have we?
Oh, of course, we haven't got any sort of confirmation about the whereabouts of the missing pilot. Of course, we know that how initially there were two pilots. One was, in fact, rescued is what we have been told, and one was missing. We have reported extensively that how, their fighter jets were taken down by the indigenous air defenses of Iran. But now, in fact, as far as the second pilot is concerned, who was allegedly
we know it wasn't taken down by the indigenous air defenses.
Is something that we are getting from
because we continued to fly aircraft over the area that weren't taken down.
Confirmation, of course, but as I mentioned earlier, it's a big
was a lucky shot by something, probably a man pad.
After a ground operation, they have rescued their pilot.
Right, Akash, do we know if there were any casualties during what they are calling it a heavy firefight from either sides?
Not yet. We are, of course, in fact, not getting any sort of confirmation, but we have been given to understand that they are still, in fact, they have rescued, but US forces are very much there, present in the region, and, they still needs to exfiltrate is what Al Jazeera is further reporting on this story, where, their helicopters and their assets, platforms are very much there in the area, and they are waiting, in fact, to get out of the particular region.
Right. Akash, also speaking regarding the Iranian side, though recently Tasmin news agency...
So that's my guess then, and that's kind of where I stand right now, is that we have gone in to rescue him. They very well might be engaged in a firefight as we speak, but we have they're not out of the country yet. And so nobody wants to confirm anything, obviously that not being the case. And if that is what's going on, I mean, that's an extremely precarious situation. You have Iranians circling the area. The moment we put our helicopter over wherever they need to land to pick up the WSO, the Iranians are immediately going to be on top of that. So we have to be able to put down a sufficient amount of suppressing fire from helicopters, basically, to keep them at bay while we get our guy out of there without losing any more helicopters. It's a very complex operation that would have to take place in order for this to happen. It's not as simple as get in, drop a rope, get out. In fact, it would be exceedingly dangerous.
Yeah, it's an everyday thing.
Al Jazeera, Fox has not confirmed yet. Reuters, Axios, and Fox still not confirmed. Al Jazeera's reporting still just cites U.S. official, though. Sri Lanka tweet says, missing U.S. airmen recovered, but rescue operation ongoing. Missing crew member rescued, but not safe yet. This goes to the video that you played for us earlier. I'll play it again here now. So guys, if you're just tuning in here, let me let this video finish real fast.
Ya Khuda, Ya Khuda.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna let that keep playing while I talk here on mute. So where we're at right now is multiple sources that claim to have sources within the government, including a former Green Beret who is apparently known to be connected with intelligence, current intelligence in the United States, has confirmed that the second pilot has been recovered, that there was a massive firefight involved in this, but no official sources other than Al Jazeera, I guess, at this point, have confirmed that. Basically, all the sources that are reporting it, there are some reasonable ones that are reporting it, but they're all reporting based on sources within the government. Nobody's citing the White House, nobody's citing CENTCOM, nobody's citing CNN or Fox or Reuters or AP. We've been looking for those updates. They haven't come in yet. We've shared with you a few videos now that are allegedly part of this. This is apparently the firefight or part of the firefight taking place. And that's why my speculation is that we found him, we've gone to get him, but we're not back out of the country yet. And that's why nobody wants to confirm or deny, because we don't know exactly where things stand. I don't know. I don't know where to go from there.
Yeah, we just don't know exactly what's going on. They could be in a massive firefight right now, still extracting him, or...
So while we wait,
we don't know.
While we wait for a little more update, I asked you a second ago what you thought about Trump's ultimatum. So if Tehran doesn't start getting serious about negotiating within the next 48 hours, we're going to start hitting civilian infrastructure. If they still don't get serious, you know, we have the Marines, the Marine, whatever it's called, Expeditionary Force on standby. My guess is that they're tasked with taking Crag Island, because that basically takes away 50% of Tehran's GDP. And it's also a limited, you know, isolated place that they could take, probably without too much effort. What do you think about all this? How far should we go? What do we do if they just continue to dig their heels in, despite the fact they have nothing left to dig them into?
Yeah, that's the thing, is they're completely weakened now. If some of the videos we saw earlier are true, the civilian forces are holding them off. So stopping them from moving any more forces toward where either this firefight is going on or where the pilot was downed or where they believe he is at currently. This was about 36 hours ago. So
what was 36 hours ago now?
When he crashed, right?
Yes.
When they crashed.
Yeah, between 36, probably closer to 40 now.
So, I mean, I think we ought to just keep hitting them while they're weak.
Yeah, I mean,
until they want to call uncle.
What do? We can't back off now. Europe is finally stepping up. Unfortunately, they can't do much. They're pretty fucking useless at this point. They got a lot of destroyers and some minesweepers and things like that, but they can't defend themselves. So, like, they're useful to us in so much as we can defend them. I'm glad that they're finally stepping up because, like Trump said, you know, we don't need the Strait. The rest of the world needs the Strait. We need Tehran, or Tehran rather, to not be a threat anymore. So I'm hoping that with Europe, if they get their shit together and actually get these ships in the area quicker, that will help put the pressure on them. I think that they're going to force us into bombing civilian infrastructure because they think what they don't get right now is the media is helping them. The mainstream media is being, in my opinion, they're acting like absolute traitors to the United States. and they are running Iranian propaganda. They are framing this to make Trump look bad at every opportunity. And regardless how you feel about Trump, there's no benefit to the United States in doing that. There's no benefit to the American people in doing that. That's traitorous behavior. That's our men and women that are over there, that they are putting at risk every time they frame this in a way to make Trump look bad. And they're giving the Muslim regime in Iran a reason to dig their heels in, because they feel like they might be able to win public sentiment. I'll give you a hint, IRGC. You're not going to win public sentiment. The people that hate Trump already hate him. Those of us that are on board, we're on board whatever it takes. We're certainly not about to side with a bunch of fucking radicals that have chanted death to America for the last 50 fucking years over Trump, no matter how mad at him we are. I don't, I think they're going to force us to bomb civilian infrastructure. I hope that it doesn't take much before they throw in the towel. Unfortunately, I think it's going to take more than we'd all like. Like I said, I'm in this for 3 months. Trump has 90 days before he has to go to Congress and get a declaration of war. Do whatever you can with the 90 days. This whole fucking boots on the ground thing, I don't care if the Marine Expeditionary Force goes in. You have 90 days. Do what you can with the 90 days. Obviously, protect our men and women to the best of your ability, but don't hold back because of some arbitrary bullshit based on people that fucking hate him anyway. It doesn't matter what he does, the leftists are gonna fucking leftist about it. So do what is necessary to get the job done within that time window. I wish Trump would be smarter and not do the shit like he always does and say, well, this is going to take 3 days. We know it's not going to take 3 days. He knows it's not going to take 3 days. Yes, we'll be able to do it insanely quickly compared to, well, fucking anybody. But there's a difference between... I mean, it depends on what the goal is, right? We wiped out their conventional forces within, and their ability to project power outside the region within 3 days. If that was the goal, great, we're done. But obviously, that's not the only goal. And to the people that think that we're not getting at anything out of this, Trump has completely restructured the global order in the last month in a way that benefits America for decades to come. Let me give you an example. I have a story here. Wall Street Journal, the Iran war is making the American economy more dominant than ever. We cannot permit the resource so vital to be dominated by one so ruthless, and we won't. That's a quote from George H.W. Bush in 1990 on Saddam Hussein's invasion of Kuwait. Go get your own oil. Donald Trump, March 31st, 2026, on Iran's closure of the Strait of Hormuz. President Donald Trump didn't attack Iran to help the U.S. economy at the expense of its allies. Nonetheless, that is more or less what has happened. Despite high gasoline prices, the U.S. economy is holding up fine. Abroad, though, interest rates and inflation risks have shot up. Fuel is being conserved and economic forecasts are darkening. Yeah, by the way, Jerome Powell came out today. I assume he did this because Jerome Powell has TDS like the rest. A lot of people say Donald Trump's own Fed chair. It's not Donald Trump's Fed chair. He is the Fed chair in place while Donald Trump is in place. Regardless, he came out and said, we think the jobs reports are actually negative, and this is going to just crash the economy if this turns out to be true. He's basing that off assuming that all of the jobs reports are a lie. Now, they were a lie under President Biden, and we know they were because at the end of his term, the Fed came, or the whatever office deals with it, I forget, the Congressional Budget Office, whoever it is that deals with unemployment, came out and was like, yeah, like, what we said, but like half that. Donald Trump stopped reporting in the way that Biden was reporting, went back to the normal way. So there's no reason to think that numbers that we're looking at now are fake. What has happened is we lost a lot of government jobs, but we gained more jobs in the private sector. So it's still a net positive. Jerome Powell seems to be lying because Europe is suffering and he hates Trump and doesn't want Europe to suffer. That's my take on it. Take what you want out of that. But he's basing this idea that the jobs reports are a lie entirely on this assumption that the jobs reports numbers are fake. But he offered no proof or evidence that that was the case. Anyway, back to the point. This is why Europe is sending ships finally, because they realized by not holding up their end of the bargain, one, we have a good excuse to leave NATO now, which is really the only thing we were waiting for, a good excuse. And two, they're the ones suffering, not us. Not to mention China and Russia. Economists at Citi have marked down the Eurozone's growth this year by 0.4 percentage points, the United States by just 0.1. The reason? Net imports of oil and liquefied natural gas consume 1 to 2% of Europeans' gross domestic product, whereas net exports contribute to 0.2% of U.S. output. Winners and losers, net oil and LNG trade as shares of GDP. Canada is the highest. Australia is behind that, and then it's negative for Mexico, UK, Germany, China, Italy, France, India, Japan, and South Korea. So anyway, these figures help explain why Trump is prosecuting war in the Persian Gulf differently from his predecessors. His strategic motives aren't that different: to deny a hostile power the means to dominate the region and to protect Israel. Where Trump differs in the economics, past presidents believed the free flow of oil was one of those global public goods that the U.S. was uniquely equipped or even obliged to safeguard. George H.W. Bush made the case in 1990 for pouring troops into the Gulf region not just to free Kuwait from a dangerous dictator, but to deny him control of 20% of the world's oil reserves. There is no substitute for American leadership, he told Congress that September. There will be a lasting role for the United States in assisting the nations of the Gulf. By contrast, Trump in remarks to the nation on Wednesday evening sounded indifferent to whether the Strait of Hormuz reopened. What do we got?
From Trump.
Do we? You got a video?
I got a post from Trump.
All right, what do we got?
From President Donald J. Trump. We got him. My fellow Americans, over the past several hours, the United States military pulled off one of the most daring search and rescue operations in U.S. history for one of our incredible crew member officers, who also happens to be a highly respected colonel and who I am thrilled to let you know is now safe and sound. This brave warrior was behind enemy lines in the treacherous mountains of Iran, being hunted down by our enemies, who were getting closer and closer by the hour, but was never truly alone because his commander-in-chief, Secretary of War, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and fellow warfighters were monitoring his location 24 hours a day and diligently planning for his rescue. At my direction, the U.S. military sent dozens of aircraft armed with the most lethal weapons in the world to retrieve him. He sustained injuries, but he will be just fine. This miraculous search and rescue operation comes in addition to a successful rescue of another brave pilot yesterday, which we did not confirm because we did not want to jeopardize our second rescue operation. This is the first time in military memory that 2 U.S. pilots have been rescued separately deep in enemy territory. We will never leave an American warfighter behind. The fact that we were able to pull off both of these operations without a single American killed or even wounded just proves once again that we have achieved overwhelming air dominance and superiority over the Iranian skies.
Wow.
This is a moment that all Americans, Republican, Democrat, and everywhere else and everyone else should be proud of and united around.
Oh, don't
We
worry, they'll
truly have
find
the
a way not
best,
to be.
most professional and lethal military in the history of the world. God bless America. God bless our troops, and happy Easter to all.
On Easter, too. That's awesome, man.
Wonder if they will be going live. So it is confirmed now. He was rescued, and it seems to be without any extra sustained injuries.
Yeah,
or casualties.
or any sustained losses. That's absolutely wild, man. Give me just a second here while I process this. That's wow. That's absolutely incredible. No further losses, no further casualties at all. And we recovered both the F-15 pilot and the WSO pilot and the A-10 pilot from behind enemy lines. Apparently without any losses. That's amazing. So, boy, I'm glad too, because that would have been a hell of a letdown this whole time to find out that this was a false story. So it sounds like, though, we were correct in that they were just kind of holding out, waiting, because the mission wasn't over yet. But it sounds like it is finally, and our man's alive, back home. Don't act too excited about it, Austin.
Yay.
Calm down now. Oh, mine's not working.
Yeah.
Again, shout out to the Special Forces for pulling that off. It's weird how you can feel a sense of relief and I don't know. I mean, certainly a sense of relief knowing that an American that I've never met halfway around the world in a position that I don't love that he's in, but knowing that he's safe and knowing that the American principle of never leave a man behind holds true still today. Just a good thing. I don't know how else to put it. It's just a good thing.
We did it.
Guys,
Again.
don't forget to like and share. And let people know.
Follow.
Yeah, all that good stuff. But let people know that this pilot is, in fact, all right. Miller Talk _pod, JBU_show. Austin, you getting out of here?
I don't think so, not yet.
Oh, okay. I thought I was just
I was saluting.
getting ahead of myself. All right. Well, now that we have that confirmation, I feel like we can officially move on.
Yeah.
If we get any more updates, of course, we will let you know.
The Doom stream?
You gonna stream some Doom, are you?
Me. Anyone asking?
I'll let you know. So far, no. I'll let you know if anybody does,
just be
though.
Flooding in. Man, the Doom stream again.
Son of a bitch. At Sacha Aldi says prayers for the soldiers in combat. Yes, absolutely. Sounds like everybody's out of harm's way for tonight, or at least out of direct harm's way for the night. So that it's good to know. Let me see. Is this? No, it's not to the show. Okay, just checking. Somebody said, so because Congress is ineffective, we should be stuck in another. So let me play this real quick so that this comment actually makes sense, because it is relevant to what we're talking about right now.
The greatest. Some water while you do that.
Well, you know what? Fuck me then. All right. Hold this up so his feed can see it too. Don't worry. You guys on Miller Talk, I got you. Put it up for my guest. So this is Tim Dillon. And he made some comments here recently. I'm going to try and stall for just a second because Austin's going to need to hear it anyway. But if he doesn't come back quick enough, we'll just get to it. Don't worry. Thanks, Austin. Asshole. All right.
Con in history. By the way, it's the greatest con in history. I mean, truly. It's the greatest. And I don't say great in like a good way. It is truly the most successful con in history. It makes Enron look like a guy doing 3-card Monte on the street. Anything that you can remember and identify as a complete and utter scam, this is the greatest con in history. To run as an America first, and you're going to take care of America, and then turn around and go, you know, all of these things, daycare, Medicare, Medicaid, we have nothing to do with that. We're fighting wars. That's what we're here to do. We're here to have a defense budget of $1.5 trillion, and we're here to fight wars. It is the greatest scam in history. You got to hand it to him. And I mean, truly, and not in, you know, again, not in a moral way, but like you got to hand it to him. This is the greatest about face in political history that I have really ever seen.
So that's Tim Dillon. Frequent on the Joe Rogan podcast, and as I said, he's a broken clock that's only right once a day. What do you think about that? You think this is the greatest con in history?
Yeah, man.
Do you need me to fill you in on what he was actually
All
saying?
I do is con us.
Well, he's saying that Trump pulled the greatest con by claiming he's America first and then going into Iran.
Yeah, man.
Because we could be paying for daycare.
Obviously, this one random guy knows more about what America first is than the person who invented it.
Well, clearly. I do want to say, look, Tim Dillon is a funny dude. And I enjoy listening to him. He's got some great conspiracy theories. And I always laugh when I'm listening to him. But stick to the comedy, man. He's one of those people that I feel like when he says certain things like this, it's because he's partially going for the joke at the same time. You know what I mean? And so he's saying things that he doesn't even necessarily believe, but he's going for the joke and the gotcha, you know? But I mean, come on, dude. This is... It may not be America first in the way that you want it to be or the way that I want it to be. Because I agree, right? Nobody wanted to go to war with Iran right now. But the advantages that America has come out with, and I understand. Look, if you're looking at just this moment right here in time, it's not great yet. But the changes have already happened. Venezuela and Iran have set America up to be in control of the world's resources, which is still what all wars ever have been fought about for several more decades. And we were in control of nothing when Trump got into office, except for our own. But we weren't utilizing our own, so it didn't matter. We now control Venezuela, which has the most proven oil resources in the world. And no longer are they sending those resources to Russia and China. Instead, they are sending them to U.S. allies. we're dealing with Iran, and we may or may not end up controlling the resources at the end of it, or at least having a regime that is friendly to us at the end of it. But we are preventing them from helping China as much as they were. It drastically impedes China's ability to project power, as well as Iran's ability to project power, and we're preventing them from being able to use the Strait of Hormuz as a gambling chip. No, we're not done yet, but we're also not far enough in to say it was all a waste of time. As I said from the beginning, and I've put a hard line on this, so I'll either have to eat my words or stick to it. I give him 90 days. We're not even halfway there yet. If it's over 90 days, we can start talking about how this might be a waste of time. But even already, we've stopped Iran's ability to project power, and we've convinced Europe to guarantee the security in the Strait of Hormuz. Hormuz, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's huge.
Huge, I tell you.
You can see Austin's got his Doom stream up now. I'll go ahead and leave that up for you guys. I'm gonna turn it down though for the moment until I'm done. If you want to watch the stream more unfettered, you can go to MillerTalk_pod on X and watch it from his side, where he can mute me.
On Twitch, Rumble, all that good stuff.
Yep, Twitch, Rumble, YouTube, and X is where we are at. TikTok didn't like us too much, and YouTube, they're indifferent. At least so far. I cannot believe that night that we got back on, and I was like, oh shit, I just earned myself a second strike. I immediately got back on YouTube, and then I said one of the no-no words. I actually didn't get a strike for that yet. I should have taken the video down when we were done, but I excuse me, but I didn't. So now I got to go back and figure out which one it was. But yeah. So anyway, this comment that came in said, so because Congress is ineffective, we should be stuck in another Middle East quagmire, but this time with a real country that's actually capable in an impossible to invade mountainous landmass. And why exactly? Because a few countries over there consider them ancient enemies. No, none of that's true. We've debunked
the
mountainous...
greatest con in history. By the way, it's a great...
God damn it, shut up, Tim Dillon.
It's con
We've
I died already.
We've debunked the whole mountainous landmass thing. This isn't 1903. Mountains don't protect you anymore. They certainly complicate things. I'm not saying they don't complicate things. But the U.S. military can land troops and equipment wherever the fuck we want to. We can drop in paratroopers wherever the fuck we want to. Millions of them if we want to. So the whole mountainous thing, it's not as if Iran's one big mountain anyway. They just have a lot of mountains. Aside from that, this doesn't just benefit countries with ancient enemies. Radical Islamist Muslims have been killing Americans since the year 1776. I've said this ad nauseum, but nobody seems to know it. When Thomas Jefferson and Alex Hamilton went and met with the Barbary pirates in Tripoli, radical Muslims from the Middle East, including Iran. They weren't mostly in Iran at the time, but that's where they went to. He said, "Why are you attacking American ships? We have never done anything to you." They said, "It is our religion. We are going to keep enslaving and killing you." What do you do with that? People that think this started in the 1950s with the Shah, that's not where this began. This goes way farther back. We talked about, too, how Iran came to us because Britain controlled all of their oil. We came in, made a deal that gave Iran back 51% control of their oil. We got 20% for doing the deal. And then Britain was able to keep 30%. And then what happened? They decided they wanted all of it. And they just took it. And then they decided, you know what? Death to America, death to Israel. Whether you like it or not, that's what they chant. And we would be stupid as fuck to sit around and wait for them to build a strong enough military to make it happen. What you see right now on screen is actual live video of the Special Forces rescuing the downed F-15 pilot from the bowels of hell. Circa 1998 colorized.
Mm-hmm. Who knows what that button did?
There's something about that word colorized that just makes it sound legit.
Yeah. To people like us that were born before colorized TV.
Yeah, good old black and white. Got the rabbit ears. We got him. Now trending on X, thanks to President Trump's tweet. Tell you what, man, it's been a real up and down night at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
free stuff.
Trying to keep my energy up, but I've been screaming so long. No,
Man.
just going back and forth
It's
though.
tough.
Going back and forth though, with this, you know, we got him, we don't got him, we got him for sure, we don't got him, we got him for sure. Like, fuck's sakes. It's nice that Trump finally put his thumb
Dude,
down
they just
on
keep
that. And we got
dropping
a for
more
sure
demons from the
answer.
sky.
So great Easter news. If you're just tuning in, you can see Austin from Miller Talk Podcast is playing Doom. What is this? Doom 98?
64.
64. That's right. Yeah, it's not 1964 though. But the WSO, the weapons pilot from the downed F-15, has been recovered. There was a massive firefight, but we did not lose any more aircraft, or we did not suffer any more casualties. Special Forces was able to go in and recover the downed F-15 pilot, and or the second pilot. He's technically the WSO. He's not a pilot, but he's the second person from that F-15 that went down yesterday, and he's been recovered safely, and is now all personnel are back behind friendly lines and safe, according to the president. Not sure you could get a much better Easter message than that. I mean, you want more proof that God protects this nation.
Sure enough.
And that's not to say that we might not be making a mistake doing this, but God loves the sinner, he hates the sin. There's some breaking news right now. Federal officials shut down 221 fraudulent LA hospices in the last 10 weeks.
Wow. That's it?
CMS Administrator Dr. Mehmet Oz announced the suspension of 221 hospices in Los Angeles over the past 10 weeks amid a crackdown on Medicare fraud. This follows Operation Never Say Die, with 15 people charged for schemes exceeding $50 million. I love the James Bond reference there. Including a hospice reporting 97% patient survival rates while billing for unneeded care. Oz leads to leads the effort under President Trump, predicting up to half of California's 1,800 hospices could include fraud. While Governor Newsom calls it political targeting of immigrant communities, boy, that sure says something, doesn't it? We're targeting hospices, but Governor Newsom calls it targeting of migrant communities. Recoveries are already in the billions as nationwide raids continue. Hell yeah. Is that America First enough for you? Like,
nah.
I get that the wins aren't happening as fast as we all want them to. Believe me, I wish we could just deal with it all at once. But reality doesn't work that way, and this administration has already done more than any Republican administration in my lifetime. And again, if you hyper-focus on this exact moment, no, Iran doesn't look like the best deal yet. But when you zoom out and you look at everything that has shifted in world power dynamics, Trump has put us in an incredibly strong position going into the future. And when we were remember, just take a second, go back in your brain. Remember where we were at the end of Biden. We had just lost a brand new F-35. China was racing us to find it at the bottom of the sea. We had lost 2 FA-18s over the side of an aircraft carrier, proving that our military had become completely incompetent. That, amongst other things, of course. We were groveling. We had to go to Europe and beg them for baby formula at one point under Joe Biden. When has America ever needed aid from any country ever? But we did under Joe Biden. Things have gotten better. Maybe you're just a pessimist.
That was dumb. I shot my rocket launcher off.
Just shoot your water real fast, did you?
Right in front of them. Just let it explode right in my face. Now I have to do the whole level again.
Hey, this is still the PG-13 show, all right? The OF content doesn't start till later.
Oh, okay.
We got him trending. No Man Left Behind also trending now. U.S. military proving once again why they are the greatest fighting force in the world. The greatest fighting force and the greatest protection force, for that matter. Son of a... Let me see what other stories I got here for you guys tonight.
How did that hit the wall? I blew myself up again.
Way to go.
Again.
Oh, did we play this video at the beginning like we were supposed to? Like I was supposed to?
No, we did not.
My bad, dude. I'll play it now.
Kind of just jumped right into the
I meant to.
breaking news.
Tomorrow is Easter Sunday, so to all you Christians out there, happy Easter. And to the Jews, nice try.
I suppose if I was a Fuentes type, this would apply now more than ever.
There, happy Easter.
Mm-hmm.
And to the Jews, nice try.
Nice try.
Tomorrow is Easter Sunday, so to all you Christians out there, happy Easter. And to the Jews, nice try.
I wish I could keep a straight face like that. My buddy Tim is always something about the Marines like beats the funny out of you. I mean, it beats it into you, but it also beats it out of you. And so he has always been able to maintain a straight face no matter what. And I wish I could do that. There's Jerome Powell lying. Oh, here's a fun little titty bit from New Zealand's former Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. Thank God we don't have to listen to this bitch anymore. It says free speech is a weapon of war.
Fair enough.
This week we launched an initiative alongside companies and non-profits to help improve research and understanding of how a person's online experiences are curated by automated processes. This will also be important in understanding more about mis- and disinformation online, a challenge that we must, as leaders, address. Sadly, I think it's easy to dismiss this problem as one in the margins. I can certainly understand the desire to leave it to someone else. As leaders, we're rightly concerned that even the most light touch approaches to disinformation could be misinterpreted as being hostile to the values of free speech that we value so highly. But while I cannot tell you today what the answer is to this challenge, it's being hostile to leaders, we're rightly concerned that even the most light touch approaches to disinformation could be misinterpreted as being hostile to the values of free speech that we value so highly.
That's because it would be.
But while I cannot tell you today what the answer is to this challenge, I can say with complete certainty that we cannot ignore it.
Certainty.
To do so poses an equal threat to the norms we all value. After all, how do you successfully end a war? If people are led to believe the reason for its existence is not only legal but noble.
It's hard to tell if it's her accent or her massive overbite. Or underbite? Underbite. Whatever one, put your top teeth forward.
How do you tackle climate change if people do not believe it exists? How do you ensure the human rights of others are upheld when they are subjected to hateful and dangerous rhetoric and ideology?
Hateful and dangerous
the
rhetoric.
May be different,
but
the goals of those who perpetuate them is often the same. To cause chaos and reduce the ability of others to defend themselves, to disband communities, to collapse the collective strength of countries who work together. But we have an opportunity here to ensure that these particular weapons of war do not become an established part of warfare. In these times, I'm acutely aware of how easy it is to feel disheartened. We are facing many battles on many fronts. But there is cause for optimism, because for every new weapon we face, there is a new tool to overcome it. For every attempt to push the world into chaos is a collective conviction to bring us back to order. We have the means. We just need the collective will.
We just need the collective will. That's it. Fuck, I can't stand liberal women, dude. I know that's not fair, but...
Oh well.
I can't help it. Speaking of that, I had some questions for you.
Oh no.
And conveniently, they're ones you can answer while distracted. Oh, I also found out.
We'll see.
I broke some news earlier today that it turns out the Iranian Shahed drone, just a copy of a 50-year-old U.S. program that happened to be in the public domain. The Lockheed MQM-105 Aguila, which I'll pull up a picture of for those watching. Hold on one sec. MQM-105 Aguila, like tequila but with an A, was a program back in the 1970s to invent a multi-use drone, not a single-use drone. And when I was hearing about this, I was watching some old episode of something on Smithsonian Channel, I think. And they were talking about this, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that looks an awful lot like the Shahed. So I started doing some research. Turns out the Shahed is just a copy of this, like, down-to-the-moped engine. The flight speeds almost are identical, 115 miles an hour. The dimensions, nearly identical. This one's a little bit more rounded, a little less triangular shape, but it's still a delta wing style. They clearly just took the information, which was in the public domain, because this is from the 70s, so it's all been released publicly, and they rebuilt it. And this is interesting only because it continues to prove that America's enemies rely on America for true innovation. We still are the innovative leaders of the world, by far. And Iran's flagship weapon and last hope is still just a basic bitch ripoff of a U.S. weapon that we never ended up fielding. This is the MQ-5 Shahed right here for people watching. MQM 105 Aguila that the Shahed is based off of. There we go.
This week we launched an initiative alongside
No, I don't want to hear that voice anymore. You know, a smart person would have wrote down the questions I had.
Yeah. There was a yellow door somewhere, wasn't there, chat?
Oh, there must be. Right. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is one of my questions. So, Texas 2A attorney posted this today. Oh, I'm sorry, not Texas 2A attorney. That's the wrong one. Sorry, I accidentally moved to the wrong place. Ryan Nichols Sr. posted this today. So this is a former Jan 6er. Everybody feels how they feel about them. Okay, so I'm not sure that that applies all that much, one way or another, but it is nonetheless who he is. And he posted this video today, and it's gotten some surprising reactions to me. And it seems to me that a lot of people have never had the law turned against them before, and it kind of shows. He posted this and said, "This is the video of interaction that happened at my home on July 13th, 2025. And it's really interesting. We're going to watch it here in just a second. Don't worry, Austin. You can just listen. You'll hear it. and I'll explain it. But the first reaction might be, why is he posting family business online? But we'll talk about that after it plays, and we'll discuss it a little bit here. But this is really, it's really pretty wild.
Please don't start anything.
TG, y'all are in my house, okay? You're in my house. Hey, James.
So this is this guy's house. He's about to go yell at his wife's mother's boyfriend, who's just lounging around his pool.
I need you to leave.
He just
I don't know why you're at my
ignores
house.
him.
I need you to leave. This is my house. You're being recorded right now. My name.
He says it's his daughter's house, meaning the guy who's recording, his wife, who they are separated but not divorced, meaning his wife's house. Even though this is not that girl's daughter, or father, I mean. He's just dating the girl's mother.
Is on here.
Okay,
Get out of the house now before I call the cops.
No.
James, get out of my house before I call the police right now. I've already asked you 3 times now.
Hey, Ryan, you need to fix
Lisa. Lisa.
You need to fix my trailer.
Lisa. I am recording.
Charges on you again. Well, what you doing?
Get out of my house before I call.
I'm going to court tomorrow morning.
No.
I don't give a fuck what you do, James. Get out of my house. This is my house.
Go, please go.
I don't give a fuck what you do, James.
Yeah, let me get my bag, dude.
Yeah, get out.
Come on, Dee Dee. Come on, Dee Dee.
That's funny, ain't it, Lisa?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, I know.
No, just don't start anything.
No, that's all right. You won't be in sense.
Jim, don't. Get Dee Dee and go to my house, please.
Good.
I'll be right behind you. Your bag's at the door. Here's your keys. I'll be right behind you.
Keep on stepping closer to me, James. I'll call the cops on you. This is my house.
change, man.
This is my house. Get out of my
This
house.
is your wife's house.
No, this is my house. My name is on here. I'm paying for it. This is our house. I can prove that.
Oh, and that four-wheeler is in my name? You need to have it back by calling it stolen.
Then call it stolen. Where's my AR-15, James? If you got like 2 minutes to get out before I call the police and I'll show them this video. You've had 2 minutes. You've had 2 minutes to get out of my house. You got about 30 seconds before I call the police, James. Lisa, you got like 30 seconds before I call the police. I'm not fucking dealing with this in my own house.
Let me get my clothes and I'll leave.
Lisa, look at me. You can stay. He can't. I'm leaving. I came to.
I'm gonna file charges on you in the morning.
James, I don't give a fuck what you're gonna do. Get the fuck out of my house, you old fucking geezer. Get the fuck out. You old broke piece of shit. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my house before I call the cops. You got like 30 fucking seconds. No, he ain't trying to go shit. He's trying to talk shit, get me worked up. Get the fuck out. You got 30 fucking seconds. 29, 28, 27,
29,
26, 25. 24. Lisa, you think I won't fucking cause a scene here today and call the police? I will. I'll call the fucking police. You think I won't cause a scene? This is my fucking house. This is my fucking house. You're not a father. You beat on your wife. You beat on your daughter. You beat on me and put a knife on me. Put a knife in my fucking neck, James. I'm lucky what?
You started that, didn't you?
So you're not denying that you did it. You're just saying I'm lucky. You're on my property. I'm over there paying for that fucking house. Get off my property, you old piece of shit. Get off my fucking property. Nobody asked you to be here. This is my property. Get off the fucking property. Get off the property, James. Come grab it then. Come take it.
No, I'd rather have you arrested.
You get me arrested then.
I'm going to.
Get me arrested then.
No.
If you don't get, I've already told you for the last 3 minutes to get off my property. Get the fuck off, James. Yeah, I'm gonna show.
Nicely done.
Yeah, go ahead, James. Get the fuck off, you old man. Oh yeah, he reached for the gun too. You saw him. He reached for the gun. This is twice that he's threatened my life. Get off the property. I'm calling the cops on you. You reached for the gun too. Get the fuck off.
Have a great day, bitch.
You reached for the fucking gun.
I did not.
You reached for the gun that's right there. Yep.
Get off my truck, fuck.
You ain't gonna do shit, James. Get the fuck off the property. All right, I'm calling the cops, right?
You old fucking geezer. So obviously, I mean, he gets a little ridiculous too. And somebody actually says in the comments, like, you know, I feel for what you're going through or whatever, but this doesn't make you look good. And I actually appreciated his response to that, which was, I know it doesn't make me look good, but it is true, and it is what happened, and I'm not hiding from that, which I thought was a respectable answer, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the deal. Normally, I would agree, you know, you don't post family shit, right? You don't need to, whatever you and your wife and her fucking family is going through, you don't need to post that stuff, right? But
right.
After hearing this dude's story, I understand why he is, and I probably would be in the same situation because there's really nothing else that he can do. And really, it's the best thing he probably could do. So
I just got a new gun. Look at it.
Ooh, was that some kind of fucking alien dick?
I didn't read what it said. I was too busy looking at the gun.
Oh, sorry. My side can't see it. Look at it. It looks like an alien dick.
Yep.
What does it shoot?
New gun Saturdays. A laser.
Oh. That is not a laser. That is alien cum.
Sure. What's the next step?
Anyway, so like I said, he was a J6er. Apparently, while he was in jail, his wife got together with a shiesty lawyer, and they took everything out of his name, put it in her name, including the businesses that they own. He claims, and I don't know if it's true, but he claims that they have a business with over $100 million in assets. He clearly has a nice house, at least. And so he's claiming that basically she put everything in her name and is trying to use it, and the kids, obviously, for leverage in the divorce. And so she's kind of dangling it all over his head. That was, so on the video, as you heard, that was his wife's mother, and he was being nice and respectful to her, told her she's welcome to stay, whatever, but that James wasn't allowed there because obviously they've apparently had a physical altercation in the past. It's his house. He has every right to do that. I don't care whose fucking name it is. If they're married, it's just as much his house. And I would say the same thing if it was her house. Or if it was in his name and her in the situation, whatever. Not to mention, like, if you don't have fucking permission from both people, it's pretty fucking shitty to just go and hang out at somebody's house. You know, that's even in that situation in the first place. Like, they're going through a messy divorce, and you're gonna go and fucking hang out there knowing that it pisses off whichever side, you know? It's just a fucking shitty thing to do, in my opinion. But when you're in that sort of situation where somebody is using the law against you, especially as a man involving a divorce that involves kids, you have absolutely no rights, basically. All of the power is in the woman's hand. And when a woman is willing to do gross things, it desperately fucks you. I'll give you an example. My dad got together with a woman who was Canadian. And I've never seen my dad act like this before. Whatever, this woman was fucking good. And Dad, sorry, I know you probably don't want me sharing this, but too bad. It happened. So anyway, they get married. They're only together for a year, maybe. She moves in with him down here. I don't know if she got a green card or if she got citizenship down here. I'm not sure. I know that she had, legal residence in the United States, but I don't know how. So anyway, she ends up beating up my dad one night. Goes to jail. while she's in jail for domestic violence, she gets a restraining order on my dad. The next day, while my dad's at work, she comes home with a police escort, allegedly to get her stuff, right? Cleans out everything my dad has of any value. His coin collection, bonds that were in my sister's name, everything. Takes his car. Now, they are married, but this was all my dad's stuff long before they ever met. Not to mention it's all in his name, right? They've only been married for a year, first of all. Second of all, my dad had acquired all this stuff long before he had ever met her. Takes his Lexus, takes off. My dad obviously comes home later that day, finds out all that. All that stuff was a loss. She got away with all that because the laws in this state give all the power to the woman. Doesn't matter that she was in jail for domestic violence. They still gave her the power. The only reason he was even able to divorce her without her permission was because she didn't show up to court. And so he still had to jump through a bunch of hoops to get divorced from her. When somebody uses the law against you like that, you have no power. Your only recourse is one, a benevolent judge, and we all know how rare that is. And two, putting the shit out in the public, no matter how much you might not want to do that. What do you think about this situation?
I'm not saying he's right, but I'm saying I understand. Red, blue, yellow.
I don't think he did anything wrong. You know, obviously he fucking got a little worked up and said some dumb shit and all that, but but it's his house. He has a right to kick out whoever he wants, right? And I think that you know, telling his mother-in-law, who I'm sure he's not very happy with at the moment, she can stay and all that. It shows some restraint, but I mean, imagine going to jail for a bullshit charge, and you come home and your businesses have all been taken out of your name. Your house, your car, everything you own, your wife has moved out with the kids. You literally have nothing when you come home. Everything has literally been stolen from you. He also has documents showing that his wife opened up a second corporation with that shiesty lawyer and started funneling all of the assets from the company that they own together into this new company. So that way he can't touch it at all, and she can claim that he has nothing to do with that. So she can basically steal the whole company without having to split it with him in the divorce. And yet, I would say 50% of the comments on here are just calling him a pussy. And frankly, I don't see why.
Because why not?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but
Yellow, red, blue.
to me, I think that there's really nothing there's nothing good that comes out of those situations.
Nope.
And I don't think he's a pussy for putting that shit online if that is truly his only recourse left.
We made it back to where we died.
There are some unconfirmed reports right now that U.S. fighter jets bombed IRGC and Basij convoys in Deadhast County to clear a path for the rescue team. I'm gonna look up this area. I meant to pull this up earlier and I forgot. I want to know what the area is that they were working with. Power knocked out, at least 4 killed and 4 wounded, allegedly. There's also an alleged report that the Iranian regime has lost a full city to citizens. I don't know if that's true. But it would definitely be interesting if it is.
Yeah, I would say that is interesting. That's what I would say. How do I get out of here?
I managed to speak with a few people inside Iran. People are deeply worried about what will happen after these 48 hours. Worried about power outages, losing the sliver of connection they have with the outside world through television and satellite. Worried about losing connection with others through telephone lines. Fearful of living in absolute darkness. I promised here to be the voice of the people inside, and this is an undeniable part of those voices. So... I definitely understand and empathize with that fear of Iranians. And you probably should be somewhat fearful. But we can't, liberate you from the regime any other way if they refuse to cooperate. And chances are they're gonna. Yeah, it's gonna suck to lose power. Nice.
I did it.
100%? No.
Dang
wow. Lame.
Just 3 deaths.
Not bad. Wait, 3 deaths and you were able to start over? What kind of N64 game is this?
Don't worry about it. Level 24.
But yeah, I mean the The fact is, the sliver of communication you have right now isn't doing you any good. And so what are you willing to give up so that your children don't have to live under radical Islamist rule? That's really what it comes down to. Alright. So, I'm pulling up here real quick for anybody still watching where we allegedly pulled off this incredible rescue mission. And it was right here. So if we zoom out, right in this area, and that tracks with where we have been operating recently. And so allegedly, right, and actually this part right here, which would also match the reports earlier of southwest Iran. This would be where the WSO from the F-15 was hiding and where we recovered him from. Definitely a serious region, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So you never said, how'd you end up getting out of work so early today?
Well, I don't know. I just kind of left.
Just magic, huh?
And no one said anything, so.
Well, shit.
I didn't question it. It's like, hey guys, I'm getting out of here. Everyone's like, okay, see you later. I'm like, all right.
I'm really walking out. Last chance. These cities in Iran always baffle me because they're just like literally middle of nowhere city. It's not like
it does happen sometimes.
Well, it's not like here in the US where it's like sporadic houses, farmland, and
You're telling
then
me
some
Iran isn't
suburbs,
the US?
and then city. It's just nothing, 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 nothing city, nothing, nothing, nothing city. Weird.
Well, when America bombs them 24/7 combined with Israel, do you think they have time to be building metropolis cities?
I mean, we would, even if we were being bombed 24/7.
Yeah, I'm sure we would.
We'd rebuild that shit the next day. Of course, we wouldn't be bombed 24/7 because we don't waste our time threatening people that are bigger than us. It helps that nobody's been bigger than us for a long time, but I've never understood the competence of somebody to say, death to this person that is way, way, way bigger than me. Holy shit. You think New York's densely packed? Good Lord. What are all these yellow circles for?
So you know what needs to be circled.
I guess. Where's Venezuela? I know it's one of these nations. Farther up here. There it is. Caracas. Well, you can definitely tell we've hit the 2-hour mark on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Has Venezuela been at war with anybody? In, like, the last, I don't know, 50, 100 years?
I mean, not that I'm aware of. Dude, there was a mega demon behind all these.
A mega demon?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like super tall and has like an arm. His whole arm's a gun. I am confused. I don't know what the next step is. Chad, if you got any hints, just let me know right now.
Now's
Don't
the
let me do
time.
this for 2 hours.
You got any hints? Now's the time. Oh. An old World War II destroyer? Looks like it.
We can jump off of this onto there. Duh.
No.
And I get a rocket launcher that I don't need. That did nothing. Oh, what's over here? What could it be? A teleporter. And got me some mega armor.
Mega demons, mega armor. Here you go. Here's a fun.
I think I just found 2 secrets and that's like it. Didn't really progress.
Here's a little video for Easter for you. What are gas prices like there right now?
Awful. Like $3.10 for a gallon of gas and $4.50 something for diesel.
Sorry, bud. You're not gonna get sympathy from me.
Well, good. I didn't want
it. It is $5.15 for a gallon of gas here. Diesel's over $6. I fucking hate this state, dude. You guys let us know in the comments what gas is like where you're at. According
it's not
to
better anywhere else than it is here, but you can go ahead and leave your comment.
I doubt it's gonna be cheaper than anywhere, but maybe. But maybe it'll make you feel better too. Apparently, according to Topher Field on X, Australia posted that police will no longer waste time investigating legal social media posts, bringing up officers to patrol the streets and tackle crime by scrapping non-crime hate incidents. We are balancing the protection of vulnerable communities while respecting free speech. Over recent years, guidance has failed to keep pace with the digital age and has led to officers being called out to people's homes over insults and routine arguments. Boy, that's probably more likes than the Australian police have ever gotten. 30,000. But, I mean, it's one of those things, like, great for Australia. If this was America, too little, too fucking late, bud. Like, dissolve the whole force, because nobody that arrested you for tweeting something is ever going to respect your rights. I don't give a shit what they say now. They'll go immediately back to it as soon as there's not a Donald Trump around keeping people's feet to the fire. Can't get a for that.
Did something. I found the Mega Demon. I let him out. He is out.
The Mega Demon has been set free. Right before Easter too, you fucking asshole.
Put your predictions in the chat. Can I kill him with 1 life?
How much health you got left?
I got 85, but there's health around here somewhere.
I think you got this. He's pretty slow.
How much? Try out the big fucking gun.
How many hits can he get on you before you're dead? Well,
I don't know. Ow.
Quit fucking missing him. That's my tip for you. Quit missing. Oh yeah,
Let's
you'll
try
beat
out
this
the
guy.
Penis.
This is an old game.
It looks like it's doing a lot of damage.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
whatever the most.
Look, he's done.
Whatever the most recent weapon is probably the most effective one. Well, that was lame. Some mega demon
the
he
map
was.
was called No Escape, and I escaped it. That's how good I am. The next one's called The Absolution. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, yeah, we're just, in a hole with every gun in the game. Except for this one. Oh, no, it's right there. It's right in front of me. Yeah, there's every gun in the game here. Oh, I wonder what's through that door. If all the guns are right here.
So I'm going to throw some images up on screen here. These are allegedly showing the remote airstrip inside Iran used by U.S. Special Forces to recover the WSO from the downed F-15. Recent reporting by the New York Times indicate 2 transport aircraft, likely C-130s, became struck during the operation and were destroyed to prevent capture by the IRGC. I don't know why we would have landed 2 C-130s. Well, I guess maybe if we needed to land enough troops to recover him, because you gotta land a pretty big contingent to protect yourself in a situation like that. These are allegedly photos of the 2 C-130s that were landed and then on fire.
I think this may have been the original ending until they added on the bonus pack. Because I remember now, it just keeps spawning demons. You just have to fight endless waves of demons. I'm gonna be here for a while. I wonder if this big fucking gun does anything cool to a big group of demons.
I suppose we're about to find out.
I ran out of ammo. Get out of my face! Fuck. I lack the ability to do that. Can't press any buttons. Are they all dead? No. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, man. I remember this guy is fucking hard to fight. Yep. In less than 30 seconds. So if I remember correctly, I think there's actually a way that you don't have to fight all of those demons. Did I save it? Is this? Oh, fuck, I didn't save. Someone go back in the stream and get the code to start this level. I guess I'll do it myself.
I'll do it. Hang on.
I'm really doing it myself.
الو آقا بچهای آقای آبروشن رسیدن پیدا کرد.
So, oh, I guess I didn't put it on screen. Never mind. That was video of Iran, their rescue operations for their president a few years ago, where they're basically all looking at Google Maps on their cell phone trying to set up a plan.
Oh, I conveniently have a save right before the demon comes out.
Hey. So you just gotta kill him again?
I gotta, yeah, try and kill them. Ow. Ow. These rocket things that he sends out are like pretty much impossible to dodge. Oh, there they are. Can I just hide this way?
So, more information on those downed C-130s. Senior Pentagon officials told the New York Times that in the final phase, after the second crew member of the downed F-15E was rescued, two C-130 transport aircraft that were supposed to evacuate Special Forces personnel and pilots to a safe location became stranded at a remote site inside Iran. Command decided to deploy 3 additional aircraft to extract all U.S. military personnel and pilots, while the 2 disabled aircraft were destroyed to prevent them from falling into enemy hands. Berak Ravid of Axios, a senior Trump administration official, told me that before locating the weapon system officer and before U.S. rescue operations began, the Central Intelligence Agency launched a deception campaign. Rumors were spread inside Iran suggesting that U.S. forces had already found him and were moving him overland for extraction. According to the official, the CIA used its unique capabilities to locate the WSO. This was the classic case of finding a needle in a haystack, except this time, the needle was a brave American soul hidden in a mountain crevice inside, invisible but for the CIA's capabilities. According to the source, the CIA immediately shared the pilot's exact coordinates with the Pentagon, U.S. military leadership in the White House. President ordered the immediate launch of a rescue mission, which the Pentagon executed, while the CIA continued to provide real-time intelligence in support of the operation. A unique case of our government working in coordination, I guess. And what's sad
Kinda
is,
sucks on these old games. There's not even like a health bar for this guy. So I'm like, I don't know how much, how close to dead he is. Oh, there was armor up there. I could have grabbed that armor.
Seems like you shot him way more that time.
Yeah, I did pretty good that run. I'm not gonna lie.
What's sad is, you know, that there are leftists out there, and there are probably leftists in the mainstream media disappointed that we rescued this American because it makes Trump look good. Just for the fact that they can't use it to make him look bad.
is not easy.
Allegedly, there are several thousand armed Kurds, which shout out to the Kurds. They've been our allies in the region for a long time, and they don't get enough credit for it. Allegedly, they are preparing to go in, backed by our air operations, to take out the regime. That would certainly be a twist. Kurdistan Freedom Party, a Kurdish militant group fighting against Iranian oppression, includes a special all-female unit that is a key part of its forces, led by 27-year-old Adila. This unit is ready to confront Iranian forces, and they declare full readiness to sacrifice themselves for Kurdish freedom and dignity in the fight against the Ayatollah.
Persians alike.
As a revolutionary woman, I have the best feeling in the world. We have never thought Kurdish girls should not be involved in revolutions. We have always fought shoulder to shoulder with men.
Here in the It always cracks me up, the training that various elite forces do around the world. No offense to the Kurds, who are in fact our allies. What does jumping over a flaming tire do?
Well, it gets you prepared to jump over a flaming tire.
They're literally doing somersaults over a flaming
That
tire.
happens sometimes.
Did you see the North Korean Special Forces video?
No.
Mountains of Iraqi Kurdistan. These Kurdish female fighters have been training for years. They've been our allies in the fight against ISIS. Now they're spoiling for a new fight. The Ayatollah in their sights. They're desperate to liberate their Kurdish families across Iran.
The regime has behaved brutally, not only against the Kurds, but also against its own people.
Just 3 weeks ago, 20-year-old Galara was living a much different life in Iran. Then she saw it for herself. The regime's crackdown, Kurds and Persians alike massacred in the streets. She fled her old home to join this all-female fighting force. Intent on liberating the Kurdish minority towns she left behind.
Before coming here, I was in the protests for 4 to 5 days. Now, with no doubt, our people here and in Iranian Kurdistan do not fear a war.
When will you decide to go in, to start the fight?
First, I want to thank America for its position against the Islamic Republic and its crimes.
Commanding this unit, 27-year-old Adila. She calls for an independent Kurdistan, a dream denied for generations. 40 million of her people have been subjugated and scattered across Turkey, Syria, Iraq, and Iran.
I want America to attack the core of the Islamic Republic. To topple a regime that has committed all these crimes over 47 years requires outside support. Our struggle is ongoing, and Kurdistan's Free Army has been active inside the land, in Iran.
Their unit, like the men's, holds here in the mountains, praying for the United States to start a war in the sky so they can start theirs on the ground.
It sounds like this might be a little outdated, unfortunately.
لسات وقتی استاد هێزە کوردستانیا تا پێکەوە ئاڵای ڕزگاری و دەرچوون لە بندستی هەڵبکەین و چارەنووسی خۆمان دیاری بکەین.
That is some gangster music right there. Alright, let me see if I can find this video of the Special Forces.
علیکم سلام. انشالله پیدا میشید. نترس. آقا سلام علیکم یا الله یا سلام. نمیمونه. پرچم همیشه بالا.
I asked Rock how to kill him. I just use the BFD to take 3 shots. And then I just hit it with like 4 shots and it didn't die. It died, but I died.
Wow.
It's rigged. The Jews did this. Oh, it counted. Okay. We got 100% kills,
Wow.
100% items, 100% secrets in 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was the end, the original end. Finally, the mother of all demons is dead. The blood pours from your eyes as you stand in defiance. As the only Marine to endure the slaughter, you decide to remain in hell and ensure no demon ever rises again.
Wow.
The end.
All right, real quick. Oh, you're done? That was the end?
No, there's still more levels, but that's the original end.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Take a look at this real fast. This is the North Korean Special Forces. Oh, look at that shovel
I can't
right to
click
the
off
stomach.
the game right now. I'm stuck on the game while it's doing the credits.
I'll play it back when you're done.
Yeah, man. It's showing me all the demons.
A victory
that one's
lap
just
for the
called Demon.
creators, huh?
There's
Oof.
a demon called Demon. Cacao Demon. Or Cacao Demon. Arachnotron. Pain Elemental. Mancubus. The Cyber Demon. Our hero. There I am. And I killed myself. Oh, how do I get out of this? Oh. Okay, now I can click off the game.
Alright.
So everyone go ahead and in the chat, do you want me to play Doom Eternal next, or do you want to see the next Doom that came out after Doom 64?
Which Doom should he play next?
I'm watching.
Alright, so it's gonna start right off with a shovel to the stomach. Look at that.
Yeah, man.
Pickaxe.
Dang.
Look at this guy. He can start nails with his fist. It begs the question, what, besides destroying your special forces, are you accomplishing with this shit? This is why, no matter how elite other countries' forces are, they just don't compare. They never do. They have no actual combat experience, so they spend all their time doing this shit. That said, Kim Jong-un approves. Why are they running like rabbits? Wait. Nice. He's got his hand all the way at the bottom, doing a nice 90s style position. Looks like the rest of them are fairly okay. I would like to see the front so I could see if their fucking eyes are open or not. I bet half of them have one eye closed. Of course, how could you tell? Oh, look, an all-female force.
see them do all the things they did with the men on the women.
Right.
Make them drive nails, take pickaxes to the hand.
Get laid out on some spikes and then hit with a fucking... This is funny too. So this was a picture they posted a couple years ago of their modernized AK platform rifles, and they're clearly AK-47s with these fucking absurd centrifugal magazines, which we did away with in like the 1970s because they're unreliable. And there's basically no way to make them reliable. You can get 150 rounds in a magazine, but you also only get one magazine. Pretty cute, though. I like how they're all looking at the camera, too, for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
North Korean troops deployed to Russia have begun to make their way toward the border. That's it. That's all it says. This said North Korea's elite troops, what we know. Look at them. Them rifles don't even have a speck of dirt on them. Anyway. Alright, guys. I'm done for the night. I'm guessing Austin is, since he shut off his game here.
Yeah. Maybe tomorrow night or Monday, I can start a Doom Eternal. And so we can just compare directly 64 in a modern AAA game.
This is completely unrelated to anything, but an interesting story that I obviously in no way can confirm. However, I did get reliable information from this website earlier tonight on the rescue operation, but it said U.S. Special Forces failed a secret operation in North Korea. According to the New York Times, a group of Navy SEALs was tasked with installing a listening device. Oh, this is a year old. To intercept communications between Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump regarding the nuclear program. During their landing on the coast, they were detected by a North Korean patrol boat. Firefight broke out, in which all crew members of the North Korean vessel were killed, but the Americans retreated without completing the mission. Neither the U.S. nor North Korea officially reported the operation. Even some members of Congress overseeing intelligence were not informed, which, according to the newspaper, could be considered a violation. Yeah, it's not a violation of the law, but interesting. And would also be a rare failure for us if that's the case. Anyway. So, yeah, you can let Austin know at x.com/MillerTalk_pod whether you want him to play Doom Eternal or what's the next Doom?
It's just called Doom.
Okay. Doom or Doom Eternal?
2016.
Whoa. It went from 64 to 2016?
Mm-hmm.
No,
I think
because
there was
Doom
like
3...
a Doom 2 and Doom 3 that were released.
I was going to say, Doom 3 I was playing in like 2006, 2008. And that one's some scary shit.
I have Doom 64, Doom 2016, and Doom Eternal.
I think you should play Doom 3. Why did... Oh, we'll talk about it in a minute. Anyway, where can they find you? Where are the rest of the places they can find you?
MillerTalk.substack.com. Streaming on Twitch, Rumble, X, and Substack.
There you go, and you can find us, JBU _show on X. You can send an email directly, jbu@usa.com. We're on rumble.com/user/justbetweenus. We're also on Twitch and YouTube and everywhere else, but the main place is x.com/jbu_show. Like, follow, share, do all that good stuff. And if you hit the bell, you will get notified when we go live Wednesday through Sunday, sorta 8 p.m. West Coast time, although at least based on today, we might start going a lot earlier. Anyway, anything else before we get out of here?
Happy Easter, everyone.
Yep.
Be
Happy
safe
Easter.
out there.
Absolutely. All right. Well, with that, my name is Chris.
And I'm Austin.
And this has been the JBU.Show Miller Talk podcast.
Bye. Wait, I want to be a little bit louder.
Yeah.
This is only between us.
This is just between us.
This is just between us.